Hey guys, it's Griffin. So I just wanted to start off by saying I decided to make this video because something else has been on my mind about how people respect me as a person, particularly with dating. Um, so as you can see, I'm wearing a robe. This was actually given to me as a gift. It's a nice Gryffindor Harry Potter robe, and anyone who knows me knows that I love Harry Potter. Um, like Harry Potter is my go-to movie, so or movies. So one thing I want to say is I seem to be developing a pattern where I'm just trying to figure out like what I need to do to have people in my life, because it seems like every time I make an effort to have a group of friends, for instance, it kind of always falls apart. And personally, I call it my 2 year rule. I usually have 2 years at most with a group of friends before they all start to go their separate ways. But the thing is, I'm always trying to keep those people around, but I feel like, especially since I have such a unique personality, those people don't really understand why I do the things I do to keep them around. So I stated before, maybe in a Facebook status, that back in high school I ran track. Now I'm athletically very fit to be a track person, but I still sucked at it. I was never the same after I hit puberty, but the point I'm trying to make is I ran track because I wanted to be around a group of guys. I wanted guy friends, and that's why I did it, whether I was good at track or not. And even in college, there were a group of friends that I had, and I made every effort to not only hang out with them, but to live with them. But even that kind of changed a little bit, but I guess that's my fault because I decided to join a fraternity, and then even that was just kind of like, I felt like they didn't understand why I was I feel like they didn't understand why I was the way I was. But I mean, I joined the fraternity so that I could have friends around by the time that I was 27, which I am now. I would have a group of friends to hang out with, but I don't. So it kind of sucks for me when I see these same groups of people I used to hang out with still hanging out with each other on Facebook. And I feel like this has also contributed to my problems with dating, because when I'm dating someone, it just seems like I'm putting in a lot of effort to essentially satisfy them. But as I do it, I'm usually sacrificing my own lifestyle, or sacrificing my own responsibilities so that I can essentially impress them. but then it just doesn't turn out well because what they're seeing is that I'm not taking care of myself. But what I'm seeing is I'm taking care of myself, but I'm also like sacrificing other things so that I can date you. And I feel like that is one thing that contributes to why they end up not liking me in the long run. And with dates, it's not a 2-year rule, it's a 2-month rule. You know, I haven't gone more than 2 months dating someone because, you know, in the beginning it's fine, but over time it's just like, maybe I'm overdoing it a little bit. Hold on. Sorry, I had to close my laptop. Maybe I'm overdoing it a little bit. And I understand. I do that. And I don't do it because I'm trying to, like, you know, be obsessive. I do it because, you know, I'm trying to get to know the person and care about them. So the question is to me, like, why am I always the one that ends up being alone with my friends or with dating someone? And to me, like, last night was an episode of the latest episode of How to Get Away with Murder, and the character Laurel, she kind of vents out to Annalise, saying that, you know, she was always Annalise's puppet. And that's kind of how I did things when it came to dating and friendships. I was always the one, like, helping the other person out just because I saw that they needed help. I didn't really do it because of any selfish reason. I didn't really have a lot of selfish motives behind it. And I just didn't understand why they thought that was weird, because I wasn't being selfish. Yeah, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm not the type of person that likes to be in a relationship with certain expectations. I feel like a lot of guys didn't like me because I guess I didn't have my life together. Or maybe I just didn't have the material things that they needed to feel like I had something to give them. And to me, like, I don't operate that way. I'm more of a deeper person that likes to get to know the person and have developed a relationship on the chemistry rather than the money. And a lot of guys said that they were only attracted to me because of how I looked, because of my physical appearance, and my natural physique, my naturally muscular physique. And, you know, growing up, that always annoyed me, because it's just like, I know, I get it. I was born this way. Like, you don't have to tell me over and over again. I get it. I'm trying to get to the person on the inside. So growing up, I was never really too particular about outer appearance necessarily, to a certain extent, or like what I had to offer someone. I just wanted to get to know the person and have fun with them. But it just seems like everything's got to be very materialistic and very, I'm just drawn out with it. Sure, the people that I've dated have very nice things that they possess, but I just, to me, I feel like a relationship is something that you need to build on, not something that has to be prepackaged. That's what I never understood with people, because every time I get to know someone, it's because I want to see if they're worth keeping around when as I'm building my own life. I want to see if they want to want to be a part of my life instead of me trying to buy them. I'm not a relationship buyer. I'm trying to see if they appreciate the things that I do for them. And just go with it. I don't know. That's just been on my mind. But yeah, that's something that I never understood. I never saw anything other than just trying to get to know the person. You know, things can be worked out. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the perfect person. But yeah, there was another point that I wanted to make about this. I kind of forgot. It was with the character from Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and I kind of see her as a great person. Like, she always has the right answer. When I'm thinking about my own life, I'm like, well, that's kind of like situations that Hermione, the people that she was around, she would help in some kind of way, especially with Harry and Ron. But I always kind of saw her as a leader in the sense that she's very wise. And the point I was trying to make with that is I the past what, like 5 or 6 years, I've been trying to write a book that was inspired by Harry Potter, and a lot of the characters in my books, like a lot of the leaders, are female, because I was so used to, in real life, it's actually the women that were the best leaders, like my mom. And you know, a lot of that is in society, but uh, there was a point I was trying to make with women being good leaders and why I have such bad relationships. I forgot. But I guess it's that quality, that nurturing quality that I have, that makes me a good leader rather than just trying to, because I can take care of myself. That was never an issue. I was just, the nurturing part of me was saying sacrifice some of that so that you can get to know someone. That was the point that I was trying to make. I'm essentially just sacrificing the more kind of practical aspects of my life to get to know someone and to help them out. And if the way I saw it is, if I help them, then we can develop a relationship. The problem is reciprocating that. You try not to expect anything in return, but you kind of, want that balance, that transaction where you're giving something, but you're getting something in return. But for me, it wasn't, oh, I want money in return. Oh, I want these things in return. No, I just want you to let me know if you're satisfied and that you like me. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna take care of myself. No. Yeah. So, that's something that I just wanted to express. It's nature versus nurture, responsibility versus sacrifice. And I think it's something that we need to work on in our community, especially with people like me who kind of have a very unique personality, basically. And I'll get to that in another video. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Like, subscribe, share, look out for me at auditions and TV shows, movies, and some projects that I've been working on the past 15 years of my life. So hopefully those projects will be done, including the book that I was talking about, and possibly a musical album that'll come out next year. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Bye.